Hey guys, Dan back with another drawing. This time, I was thinking a few months back, I wanted to redraw my original Chrono Trigger drawing, which I did about a year and a half ago when I first started out digital drawing. I really liked the way that one came out at the time. I still like it. You know, it's probably the second digital drawing I ever did. I don't know, might have been either first or second. But I was a big fan of the game, and I really wanted to draw it. But the original drawing was basically a like for like of the what's it called, the timeless campsite scene in the game. I just saw a picture online. I thought I'll try and recreate that, and that's what I did to the best of my skills. But a few months ago, I had an idea in my head that I wanted to redo that drawing, and I was going to go back through it and maybe overpaint it and just fancy it up a bit more, but then I had an image in my head of a more dynamic scene, of the same scene but more dynamic. So that's where I started with this. And like all my drawings, they start off as blob shapes because I'm just trying to find the composition of where I want the characters and, you know, all kinds of things, and then I start drawing the bodies. But this time it was a bit different. It's the first time I've actually studied posing references. You know, you can Google online like poses and stuff like that, because I wanted a more dynamic feel to the scene, not just the characters all just sitting there or standing there. I think I've got them close. The proportions fairly good. I've got as far as I can with this drawing that my skills will allow me. So I'm not saying this is completely finished, but it's very close to finish, and I'm quite happy how it came out. There are things which you're seeing now which I changed quite a lot towards the end of the drawing. This drawing over, say, I don't know, when did I start? It's about a week and a half ago. It's about 14 hours. Which, you know, people who are a lot more skilled than me will do something like this in about 2 hours. But, you know, like I was only sitting there like an hour here, an hour there, hour and a half there, 2 hours there. So, you know, it took me a while to do this one. Like I said, I wanted to try and study more shape dynamics of people. I struggle to draw people with poses and stuff like that. So, and faces, and, you know, she looks naked though. But I'm quite happy how it's turned out. Like I said, I originally was going to just overpaint my original drawing, but then I had an idea a few months back. No, I actually want to try and recreate it with a more dynamic feel, and I think I've achieved that. I tried towards the end of the video. I tried more of like color dodge, which I've never played around with color dodge much before, but it didn't really sort of add to this in any way. And skin tones. I tell you what, there's parts of this video where I'm bloody trying to do skin tones for ages, and it's something I really need to work on. And hair. Didn't realize until now how hard hair is to draw. I started drawing hair, like if you look at Chrono, now the main character you play in the game, his head is ridiculous. And that was his head for like the first week of that drawing. And towards the end of the drawing I changed it. I completely rubbed out his head, deleted his head, and I completely redrew it, and I think it looks a bit better. But again, as for like skin tone wise, it's something I have to really work on. And if you look in the top left, there's that blue thing which I originally drew in my first drawing a year and a half ago of Chrono Trigger, the campsite scene. Until I realised he's not actually in that scene. Someone photoshopped it. And I didn't know this because I've seen that scene many times and I've never seen that blue guy in it. But when I started doing this digital drawing, you know, back then, the image I found had that blue guy in it. So I thought it was like an instance you get if you do a certain thing in the game. I had no idea that a lot of people just seem to think he's photoshopped in it. So I took him out halfway through the drawing, and yeah, I am happy how this turned out. Like I said, I haven't fully finished it because the last few times I've sat down to do it, to just finalise it, I've sort of struggled a bit, which I tend to do when I've spent too long on a drawing. I'd be rubbish if this was my job. If this was my job right now, I'd be rubbish because I tend to get close to the end and then I struggle to end it, just finalising it. But I am happy with this. I'm not going to talk the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I am. This is my. I think this is my most. How can I say it? Technically advanced drawing I've done so far. Because my other drawings, they've had characters in them. They've had like. I'm trying to think what I've done. There's Alien, the Xenomorph there. Look, that was one of my earlier drawings. The Spelunky, and there's like an original one there. It's like a ship, but like. Character-wise, this is the most complex one I've done. I've never had so many characters in one scene, apart from the original one, but they were just like sort of more pixelated, like more like the game. But this one, I've never had as much detail in characters, and sort of, I tried to keep the pose in the characters, not look so much like the game, but more of a stylized, realistic human look. I mean, sort of. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And I update these drawings quite often, like every few weeks. You know, because these take a while to do, and like I work a full-time job, so I can't just sit down all day and draw, unfortunately, as much as I'd love to. But yeah, that is Chrono Trigger Redraw Timeless Campsites. And I'm very happy that was turned out. Like I said, when I get my skills up, I'm going to go back and just touch it up a little bit more. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. I'll be back again soon with another one sometime soon. I don't know when. Anyway, enjoy the video.